All of us have pet peeves in life that we can call triggers, and when a trigger hits, we react emotionally. We call it a subconscious response, a knee-jerk reaction. When we hit a trigger, someone says something that we don't agree with, someone says something we don't like, and we instantaneously react offensively or we attack. That's all about a subconscious response system. And I want to talk about today is what tools do we have to not react to triggers? There are people in our lives, and you may have some in your life right now, and I definitely have some in my life right now that can trigger the hell out of me. They know exactly how to do it. They've been doing it for a while. Someone might say, well, why do you keep them in your life? And there's always little reasons why. Of course, when someone triggers me on a regular basis over and over again, eventually we diminish our time together. Then eventually I end up leaving that person, a friendship, business partner, whatever it might be. But over the years, one of the greatest things that I have helped individuals with is called emotional regulation. And emotional regulation is a very fancy psychotherapy term for saying that I have the ability and the tools to hesitate before I react to a trigger. I then decide if I need to react or not. End quote. New paragraph. So that's what we have going down here, So a trigger could be, someone drinking too much when you've told them that bothers you, right? So a trigger could be someone telling you that you need to lose weight when you know you do and you've told them, please don't keep reminding me, right? A trigger could be someone that's always late, right? A trigger could be someone who promises you to pay you back money they owe you and then they refuse to pay it back. These can all be triggers, right? Triggers can be individuals that purposely delay on the, oh my gosh, I have a couple I'm working with right now and the wife doesn't like to rush for airports. So they always get there right at the last second, scrambling to get on board, right? It's a major trigger for him. He's been going through this for 10 years and we're working on it right now, right? So there's all kinds of triggers. They can come from people talking about politics when you say, I don't want to talk about politics. It can come from anything in the world can be a trigger. And what might be a trigger for you may mean nothing to me. And what might drive me out of my mind. You might go, David, what are you reacting like that for? So let's get to the cure. The cure number one is to write down a list of people that trigger you and the topics that trigger you, or write down a list of just the people that trigger you if you don't have specific topics, or write down a list of topics that trigger you. Some people when they're in traffic go nuts, right? It's a trigger. They want to get to where they want to get to on their timeline. They don't care what's going on with accidents or traffic or whatever it might be, right? That's a trigger for them. Now, everything I just mentioned, we have to be able to learn how to deal with or let that person go, whatever it might be. But it's even better before you let them go to learn how to deal with your triggers. So here's trigger dealing number one, disengagement. Someone says something they know that's going to piss you off. Someone talks about your favorite team and says they're a bunch of dogs, or someone says that they're not going to drink and then they end up drinking too much. And now you're in a situation, you're being triggered, right? So disengagement says, I am not going to respond to this type of trigger anymore. They can say what they want to say. They can do what they want to do, but I'm just going to walk away. If I have to walk away, I walk away. That's disengagement, right? Number two, a different form of disengagement. When you start to see something brewing, an argument in your home, an argument somewhere in the street, or even in a restaurant or a bar or whatever, you start to see things getting heated and you disengage by leaving the scene. You can be in your house and getting in an argument with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, children, whatever it might be, and it's getting heated, and you go, you know what? I've got to take some time out. I'm going to go for an hour ride. I'm going to go for an hour walk. I'm going to disengage, because if I continue talking to you like this is triggering the hell out of me. It's going to be World War III. And so we walk and disengage. Next, number three, the third way to prepare yourself is that you know the people that trigger you. You know what your triggers are, so you prepare yourself ahead of time. You mentally, logically say, if Kathy says this about my weight, or if Kathy says this about my husband, or if Jim says this about my favorite team that always irritates me, or Chris says, oh, come on, have another shot, you pussy, or whatever it might be, we end up having a thought out response. When these people do A, B, C, D, or E, this is what I do. I'm going to respond differently. Eventually, over time, when you have people that trigger you and you get to the place of disengagement where you just don't respond, they're going to get bored as hell. You see, you put gas on the fire when you defend yourself, when you explain yourself, when you justify yourself. It doesn't matter if you're right and they're wrong. You're putting fire You're adding flames to the fire. And there's no need to do that. Let's really get clear. Emotional regulation is the key to inner peace, the key to great sleep, the key to happiness, the key to joy, the key to laughter. It's all about emotional regulation. It's all about being able to handle those things that other people can't handle, or maybe we couldn't even handle as of today. Listen, I'm offering everybody a free 20-minute discussion on the phone, a free session on the phone. Just go to talkdavid.com or davidessel.com. The world is crazy. Emotional regulation is huge. We can do a lot in 20 minutes to help you become more emotionally regulated. And then at the contact us sign, just send us a little note saying, I want my free session with David. My team will set it up ASAP. Also, at the same website, 5 of our top 16 best-selling books, absolutely free. Grab all 5 below at the website. And remember, I'm here for you. When you learn to emotionally regulate, your entire life changes. You may lose people. You may lose one person. You may lose 10 people in your circle. But you're going to find peace. You're going to find joy. And then you'll attract the right tribe for you who are also emotionally regulated. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.